Welcome everyone to the Side Draft Podcast. This week we are talking about the Xfinity playoff race at Richmond. The first time that Richmond has been in the playoffs, and it didn't disappoint for the Xfinity Series.
Yeah, it seemed like it's a pretty exciting race, and it was really good to see Dale Jr. Race here again.
Christopher Bell on the pole. Everyone's wondering how Dale Jr. was going to do. He gets the outside pole, so that's a great way to start your first race back in over almost a year. So,
yeah, it's been a while since it's been in the car. Everybody just wondering how it'd be, but it's kind of like riding a bike. You just jump right in there and take off.
Before the race began, the 42 car to the rear, clutch issues. 16 Ryan Reed to the rear. Christopher Bell would lead on the restart. Justin Allgaier would take the lead by lap 9, and we'd have a great, I guess you could say father versus son, but in this scenario, it's owner versus employee. So Allgaier versus the 88, they battle for several laps. Then two other cars wanted to join the battle. We had Hemrick and Bell. Hemrick would just wait to pounce, and there he goes. He took the lead, and he cruised to a stage win. And I think Hemrick, he had a great shot to win tonight, and I think it really shows how his car is getting better and possibly getting better throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, they really showed some strength, some speed, and seemed like he really likes Richmond.
So we had a 21 winning the stage. Bell would be second. Dale Earnhardt Jr. third. They would have Matt Tifft and Justin Allgaier rounding out the top 5. And then at the beginning of stage 2, we had issues for the 2-car, flat tire after the pit stop, back to pit road.
Yeah, I believe when they pitted the car, it might have knocked the valve stem off or something. And it's really unusual to just put some new tires on and go out there. But luckily he caught it under caution, and so it didn't hurt him too bad. But he got put in the rear of the field, so which he battled his way back.
Yeah, it's not necessarily hard to figure out that your tire is not there anymore. But
yeah, something's scraping up there.
Man, it's plowing, you know. The stage 2, the beginning would have pit road penalty for Austin Cindric. Improper fueling. Christopher Bell would lead after the restart. The 18 would have to come to pit road and lap down on lap 43. And Dale Jr. would lead with 26 to go in the stage, lap 124. Door bumper clear, as the spotter always says. TJ Major, so it was great to hear that again. It's been a while since we've heard that with Dale Jr. and TJ all in the same sentence.
Yeah, and Dale Jr. really had to go to the top of Team Penske to talk to Roger Penske if they could use TJ Major for this race too. So it's good to get them back together, and it's really good to see Jr. take the lead. And I wonder if the crowd went crazy like it usually does.
Yeah, it'd have been great to be in the stands just to hear how the crowd reacted. Needed to bring extra earmuffs.
Yeah.
Because that crowd is really excited to see Junior back in the car, leading laps once again. But unfortunately, yet again, the 60 car would crash. 16 just gives him a little nudge, and he lost it. And into the wall he went. He's running 14th. Ran pretty well. Had a good car, decent car. And it ends with a hard, terrible crash.
Yeah, it was really hard because it seemed like that's where the wall kind of bends, and he went head first into it, and really hard hit. And he was like, "Man, what happened? My teammate wrecked me." So it was just unusual.
It looked very similar to Briscoe's wreck last week. So it's very odd that the 60 car wrecks almost the exact same way as it did the week before. So you want to look out when it comes Roval. So don't want to do that there. That would be very terrible. Stage 2 would finish under caution, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. wins his first stage win.
Yes, and Dale Jr. he just giving Hellman's. So that's throw to his sponsor Hellman's.
We're sorry, Hellman's. But Bell would be second, third would be Hemrick, fourth would be Ross Chastain, and fifth is Justin Allgaier. And notable that the 2 car who had a flat a couple laps ago is sixth now, and the 22 who had a pit road penalty is now 10th.
Yeah, they really made good comebacks from their penalties, so that was really good to see.
Stage 3 would begin, and just like Stage 2 began, we had pit road penalties. We had the 19 and over the wall too soon, and Dale Jr. would lead on the restart. Then Jr. would cruise around, have a nice Friday night drive around Richmond, and then Catherine Legg would spin around in the grass in the 15 car lap 160. And Dale Jr. would lead again until Catherine Legg would wreck again. But 23 car pit road penalty, commitment line violation. 2 car was out first on pit road, gained 4 spots, and then on that restart would have a crash between Cole Custer and 7. You could say he went bowling.
Bowling and went 4 wide. I mean, it got real intense right there. I believe Custer got a little loose and slowed up, and it just kind of caused a bunch of chaos. So
at least he got 7 pins. But Ryan Preece would be the free pass, and Christopher Bell, right place, right time, would get the lead. 14 to go. And with Richmond, it just takes a long time for people to their cars get their running well. And
yeah, I believe Dale Jr. he had a long run car, and it took his car a couple laps to get going sometimes, and especially if you're not in the lead.
Yeah, and Christopher Bell would win Richmond once again, just like he did in the spring. It's just a way to put yourself in position and take advantage of the cautions, and Christopher Bell wins another race this season.
Yeah, congratulations to him. It was a good way to start the playoffs.
Yeah, as you know, the Xfinity Series, this was their first race in the playoffs, and not too much drama, really. Everyone's still pretty close on points. Christopher Bell locking himself in. You have Daniel Hemrick right behind him. He's 27 points above. Justin Allgaier's 21 points above. Chastain's 18. Sadler 16. Tift is 12. Reddick is 11. But Brandon Jones and Cole Custer are tied. So that's going to be really intense.
That's a real tight battle, especially with the Roval coming up.
No one knows how it's going to go. But then Ryan Truex in 10th, just 2 points back, so not too far. Austin Cindric 7 points back, still not very far. And Ryan Reed 8 points back. So no one's out of it yet. No one's safe yet. So, Hemrick all the way down through Sadler, maybe Tifton Reddick are pretty safe right now. But they have the issue of what if they wreck early on in the race, and their playoff hopes are pretty much over at that point.
Yeah, they really got to have a good finish coming up at Charlotte, and maybe pad that little lead a little bit.
Yeah, so going on to the Roval, don't know who we're going to pick. There's no way to really say what's going to happen because we've never seen it before. No one's seen it before. No one knows what it is. Drivers are scared. They're shaking out of their boots, and it's just going to be a wild race next weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty much intense because they never practiced there and they never even put a lap on the Roval yet. So I think they're going to have a lot of practice coming up this week.
You got to make sure you don't wreck a practice as well. You don't want to start the race in the back of the field
Yeah.
Or maybe you do. Everyone take each other out. I don't know.
It's going to be a race for the survival.
So, who do you predict that is going to win this race?
I'm going to go with the Chevrolet driver, Daniel Hemrick. I believe he's pretty good at road courses, and I think he may come out first there.
As for me, I'm going to pick the 22 Boston Cindric. I think him and Allgaier are the best at road courses this season, and Hemrick not too far behind. And I think, Cindric's below the cut line. He wants to make sure he makes it to the next round. I think he's going to secure his spot at the Roval. So I hope you all enjoyed this review. We'll see you next time for that crazy Roval review, and we're going to be there to witness it.
It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, so we'll see you next time on the Side Draft Podcast.